Welcome back to the Aussie Shed, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode of Project Fairlady. If you've seen any of the recent videos, you'll know that I've had the doors off to make some major repairs to the side intrusion bar setup that was done on the doors when they went through compliance. That's all now been completed, and part of the reason those doors were off was to prep and tidy up all the door jambs and get those all ready for paint as well. Plus you'll notice that the front screen is now out of the vehicle, and that whole screen area has been prepped and everything as well. This all has 3 coats of epoxy primer on it, so it's a nice durable coating that'll be sitting underneath the paintwork, particularly in the windscreen area where, you know, there's possibility of rust and things like that happening. And also in the door jambs is quite beneficial because it's such a hard coating, and your door jamb area is an area that really gets, you know, quite a pizzling from getting in and out of the car, seat belts and all that sort of stuff, and scuffs from your boots and everything. To have epoxy under the paintwork, I think, is just a good thing. So if it does get hit with a seat belt or whatever, there's less chance of it all chipping out and all that sort of stuff. So let's go over and have a little bit of a closer look. Alrighty, so you can see our screen area here. It's all looking very nice. When I got the screen out, I didn't find any rust or any sign of previous repairs. It's all just in, really absolute mint condition, so that made it easy just to clean it up and paint all of that. In these door jamb areas, you can see along the bottom here, these are all riv nuts that takes the Twin Z side skirts on there. And, all our jam area looking pretty good. That was quite knocked around in there from 30 years of seat belts being slapped around and jammed in the doors when the doors were shut and all that sort of stuff. I'll just insert a quick picture of what that looked like and the amount of work that was involved in getting these jam areas really nice. I'll insert that now. So you can see that even just a simple thing like that jam area requires, a hell of a lot of work. The other side wasn't nearly as bad. It had, a few little bits and pieces here and there, but nothing compared to what this side, being the driver's side, was like. We're going to have a quick look at these doors. You'll remember all the work that I did on these doors while they were off. Actually under here you can see, down under here, this is the filler panels for the Twin Z side skirts, and you can see that I've created drain holes in the bottom of them, and that's so that if those door fillers ever get any moisture in them, which they are completely sealed all the way around, so they shouldn't do, but it just means that they're open at the bottom, so any water that gets in has a way out. Water getting in there isn't a problem because they're all sealed on the inside. It all has multiple coats of epoxy on the inside of the bottom of the doors after they were bare metalled. So I'm very confident that that's really good. And having drain holes is just, a real bonus. I feel anything like this that's added on should have a way for moisture to drain out of it, particularly if it's condensation and stuff like that. To sort it out, you can see the seatbelt mounts here. I ended up putting a bit of seam seal around them and just gave that a bit of a smear before I undercoated everything. Back sides of these doors here. This is the driver's door. This was quite knocked around again from seatbelts and stuff like that. It was quite marred up. Lots of little dents and, just hard sort of dents from seatbelts sitting there. And, the door obviously being slammed shut with a seatbelt in there. That's all been straightened out and all cleaned up, looking really, really nice now. So I'm trying to get everything, guys, even to the extent of making sure that, an area like the inside of the doors and everything is as straight as can possibly be, and it'll end up coming up really smick. So obviously the next thing that's got to happen, the rear hatch glass has got to come out, and the quarter windows have got to come out. I'll organise a guy to come over and do that, and once that's done, I can then do the same thing that I've done to these door jamb areas in the hatch area. So currently, when you lift the hatch up, it hasn't had any major work done in there as far as being cleaned up and everything. It still has the original paint under the hatch in that area. That'll all need to come off and be epoxied and all that sort of stuff, just like all the rest of this is. But we need that glass out of the hatch, and obviously these quarter windows out. So that's where I am with it, guys. As you can see, it's a lot of work doing this sort of stuff. If you want it done properly, want it done right, it's not a 5-minute job. And if you have the ability to do this sort of stuff yourself, well and good. And if not, it's going to cost you, guys. That's all there is to it, just because of the the man hours involved. Anyway, I'll get all this plastic stripped off, and I'll probably come back to this when the glass is out. Alrighty, I'll be back. Right, guys, so I'm just laying down the epoxy primer in these areas now that you can see here. You can tell all the glass is now out of it. Hatch is sitting over here with no glass in it. So all the areas related to the hatch and the rear quarters and all that sort of stuff. As I say, I'm in the process of epoxy primering those. That's got 2 coats on it. Another coat, maybe another 2 coats. We'll see how it go. And they should be all tidied up. And that's just one more thing done. I've got this part outside here because I don't have the room to paint it at the moment. It's sitting out in the sun, and the panel is actually a little bit too hot to paint, so I'll wait till I get some shade out there before I paint in the glass area from this. You can see it all came up pretty clean. That's all sort of rubbed down and everything. All the old adhesive has been removed. Pretty good, no rust, nothing like that. All original panel work, no repairs or anything. Same with the shell. Didn't find any rust at all in it, didn't find any previous repairs. So all looking pretty good, I'll give you a squeeze once the primer's finished and all the masking's off it and everything. Okay, so there you go, guys. It's all unmasked and reassembled. All the glass is now out of it. As you can see, everything is sweet. Everything's kind of back on and ready. And basically, we're pretty much ready for paint. So I actually have the painter coming over in the next couple of days to have a bit of a look at it, to see whether there's anything else he'd like me to do before it goes in to get done. And hopefully it'll only be a little bit of minor stuff. So we're getting close, guys. We're getting close. Pretty soon the Fairlady will have real paint on it. How good will that be? Fan-bloody-tastic. Alright, guys, I hope you're happy with how all the progress is going on the old girl. As I said, almost ready to paint. Next episode, I reckon we're going to be looking at paint. And that's it for today. So I hope you like the video, guys. I hope you're enjoying how this project's been going so far, even though it's been like a couple of years in the making. But I am trying to be very, very thorough with it. So as always, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment, because it does help with the YouTube algorithm. Helps me get a bit of traction, because I don't get a whole heap of views on these videos. Apparently real car stuff isn't something YouTube wants to see. They only want to see drama. They want to see people doing stupid shit and carrying on like idiots, but not actually do educationally interesting bloody videos. Anyway, the more you do like that, it helps me with the algorithm, because apparently that's what we've got to please. No longer does it mean you've just got to, have a happy audience who leave a like and all that kind of stuff. Now it all relates to the algorithm. And the algorithm loves bloody comments, even if it's just hello. And share it with all your friends. So anyway, guys, happy to have you here. And as always, I'll bloody well see you on the next one. Cheers.